good, man.
Good shot.
Hey guys, I'm Miles with call sign 66, and today we got a special guest, Chris, who's a police marksman, and he's got something to show us.
Hey guys, we were shooting angle fire as we have the last couple days, and right away we noticed some issues shooting off the tripod. Shooting off tripods is pretty prevalent now, and we came up with this system for a little bit of recoil management. This is a piece of kit that I have with me all the time. It's simply a 7mm cord with a scaffolding hitch. For those guys that climb, they know what that is. And it's basically working as a counterbalance to prevent the recoil jump, because that's a fundamental of marksmanship. We have to still manage our recoil or our follow through. And off the tripod, off this rock, we're having a little difficulty doing it. So with a little experimentation, this is what we came up with. So obviously watching barrel harmonics, we've rigged the scaffolding hitch around the chassis, down through the counterbalance point, and Nate here's got it wrapped around his foot, and then back up to a hard point to his belt. And if need be, if we're on a steep enough angle, we could anchor that back to a safety line. And quite simply, Nate, when it's time to shoot, he just puts a little bit of downward pressure with his foot to mitigate that recoil jump. This is a piece of kit that follows me everywhere for a lot of different reasons, but it's a real simple piece of kit to have. Obviously, you don't want it to be moving and getting in the way of your scope, and the big thing is you don't want to be touching your barrel.
Right, and I think most of all, when you see the rig up front there, Chris, you hit the nail on the head. You don't want to be touching the barrel at all to affect the harmonics.
Chris, tell us a little bit about this knot, why you chose it for the adjuster, and why it's important to go the right way around the foot.
The knot down there is it's a Prussix. Again, those are the guys that climb. It works on tension and friction, so it's very easy to break. If you just want to break the tension there, Nate, if you can just show them how to, and you can manipulate it quite easily up and down. So it's very easy to tighten and loosen, and it holds tight once it's constricted on top of the rope. And then on the foot, all we've done is we just wrapped it to add a little bit of tension, so if Nate needs to take up a bit of slack, he can do it, and he doesn't lose that slack when it comes undone.
So what you want to do is try to always attempt to fill your voids within your body. As you can see, Nate's got a nice big bag there behind him to take up the space, and it just helps to mitigate the sway and tightens everything up.
That's way better. When it's on the gun, the back end of the rifle is not trying to come up on you, and you're sucking the whole rifle down with your foot. Like that's way better.
There we go.
Yeah.
2 seconds of playing around.
Around. Yeah, I just looked at that and I was like, huh. The difference in if you have the ability to attach this to the rear end of your rifle somehow by way of 550 cord or a sling swivel, while you're pulling down on the front of the rifle, you can only apply so much tension with the gas pedal, and the back end of the rifle is going to try to come up out of your shoulder. So with this position here, you're applying downward force onto your tripod, but you're not fighting the back end of the rifle trying to lift out of your shoulder, out of the pocket.
That was something that you guys kind of just discovered right now?
I just looked at the hole in the stock and thought, what does that feel like with a beaner through it?
Does that happen often? Like just playing around, right?
I wouldn't call it accidental. You're purposely messing around with stuff to find out what works. You throw out what doesn't, and we just found out something that worked, and it's messing around with your kit.
Absolutely. Okay. See how easily the rifle moves around? It's got a little bit of play in it. You step on that gas pedal.
All right, give her.
Gun up.
Rope's up.
Stand by.
Send it. Shot.
One nice thing about the rear rifle attachment with this beaner is that it's not angle sensitive. You don't have to readjust your rigging if you have to change the angle of your rifle. You just move your foot forward and back to find your point of tension where it's pulling evenly front and back, and your rifle is still pointing naturally at the target, maintaining your marksmanship principles. The PGW is sweet for that. You get that beaner through there, no problem. Not very
shot?
many rifles have that opening
Not
there.
not that big.
No. Stand by.
Send it. Looks like I seen splash right by 5 mils or 0.5.
0.5?
Yeah, so come down to 1. The wind's picking up now. Yeah, give me one mil left.
Right edge.
Hit.
Oh, that was a hit.
Go, good shot.
That was just spall coming off.
Distance?
1,106 meters. Yeah, it's definitely it's great to use. There's a little bit of tricks that a guy has to probably get used to, personal tension on stuff and just adjustment and getting it right. But I think still, you know, one of the most important things is don't settle on a bad position. If it's not working for you, you gotta make it work. You know, get into a position that's gonna be sturdy enough, and don't settle for something that's not gonna work for you. But I like it. I thought it worked awesome.
Okay guys, thanks for joining us. That's it for this modified tripod position. If you guys like what you've seen, don't be shy. Come find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, comment, and join the conversation.
Absolutely. Chris, thanks for coming out. We'll see you around.
You bet, guys. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.